Hey there guys, welcome to another episode of RobaFett. Welcome to another podcast episode of RobaFett. Tonight, I'm joined again with the Comedic Gamer. We're going to go ahead and do another podcast. You might have thought they were over, but guess what, folks? They're back. What's going on?
It's going good, bro. How are you?
So today we're going to go ahead and be talking about theories about the next Star Wars, Episode 8, whatever it will be called. And we're also going to talk about how the fact it got delayed. So, it was announced, when was it announced? A couple days ago that it was delayed?
Yeah, 2 days ago, I believe it was on the 21st.
Yeah, so apparently it got delayed for, it was originally supposed to come out in May 2016?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, May
17, sorry. 2017.
Yeah, 2017. New Year.
Yeah. No. And so now it's scheduled to come out in December of 2017.
Yep.
And it's funny because Avatar was in December as well, and then James Cameron, I think, got a little scared of Star Wars and was like, hang on, and now that's postponed, and we don't know when that's going to be coming out. That's a whole other podcast.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that James Cameron, I mean, he did hold the title for #1 blockbuster movie of all time. And seeing that Star Wars took it away was, really funny, and seeing that they're like, oh, okay, let's just not do anything close to Star Wars because
let's not do that again.
Let's not do that again.
Absolutely. In other news, apparently Harrison Ford has been confirmed in the cast listing for the next Star Wars movie. If you go on IMDb right now, it says that he's going to be in the next movie. I've also read several articles saying the same. So that's pretty interesting. Is he still alive? What's going on? I don't know. What do you think, man?
Yeah, he could be still alive. I mean, I don't know if he can be one with the Force, like be a ghost, but who knows? I mean, maybe they can reincarnate him, or kind of like with Palpatine, he kind of lives forever until he got killed, but it's no telling what Kylo Ren could pursue reincarnating Han Solo for their
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I tell you what, the ghost thing is exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe his connection with Luke Skywalker was so strong that, Luke just kind of brings him back to talk to him. I don't know.
Yeah.
He could be. I mean, Star Wars has never ever done flashbacks before, and I don't think they would start now. But you never know. He could be in a flashback. Maybe Snoke found a way to, catch him before he, fell into the abyss or the lava or whatever the freak was at the bottom of that thing.
Yeah.
It was like the core, I think is what it was.
Before he got blown up again.
Maybe he found a way. Yeah.
Maybe that's what blown up the planet.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he found a way to save him, just as something to hold over, or maybe they're just like, we kind of upset a lot of fans by killing him. Maybe we'll bring him back. I don't know. No. I don't know what's going on. And we also know that J.J. Abrams isn't doing the next movie. Maybe he got kind of mad about that they're going to bring him back. I don't know.
But it's the weird thing is I thought Harrison Ford was getting tired of the Star Wars movies. And now all of a sudden he's like, why not do another one? But,
well, he's kind of hot and cold about it, and a lot of people bring up his older interviews back from Empire Strikes Back when he said he didn't want to do the movies anymore, and he thought Han Solo should sacrifice himself for his friends. And another argument people say is that, Han Solo, he's not really useful to the team anymore. And come on, what are you talking about? He's Han Solo. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, he owns a Millennium Falcon, and that was the major piece in the movie.
Yeah. Well, I guess Rey's flying the Millennium Falcon now, and she's going to be Chewbacca's new best friend. And that brings me into the next question, and the next theory is, who is Rey, and who is she related to? Obviously, she is very strong with the Force. I would think that she's Luke's daughter. That's what they led us to believe. Or Han Solo's, and he just wasn't sure if it was her or not, but he had a pretty good idea, and he didn't want to come out and tell her. Because the hug that her and Leia have at the end of the movie is kind of warm and fuzzy too, and it seems like she's not maybe too sure about who Rey is either. But you never know. So yeah, I was thinking that. I also read something saying that maybe she's Obi-Wan's granddaughter, and I think that's just utterly ridiculous. And I think that even if they did do it, it would ruin the character of Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan is a Jedi through and through. He knew that getting involved in a romantic relationship is what basically drove Anakin to the dark side, so why would he want to do it?
Yeah, it's like that would totally like go against who Obi-Wan is, but I kind of doubt that Rey could be Han Solo's and Leia's, daughter, because I mean, if they were always upfront about Kylo Ren being their son, wouldn't they be the same with Rey?
Well, the thing is that, if they did abandon her on the planet, I mean, they're for sure Kylo Ren's their son, but, they might not be so sure, or they might not know how to tell Rey. I mean, I don't know. They might be waiting for Luke to tell Rey. We just don't know with this new story. So, there's a lot of theories out there, but I would say that maybe my running theory is that the Skywalkers are getting stronger and stronger through the generations, and this is the third generation of Skywalkers now, with Kylo Ren and probably Rey. So I would say that we are going to see some pretty strong things with them. If you think about it, Luke learned how to use the Force very, very quickly in the old movies, and then Rey almost immediately knows how to use the Force without any training at all, which is spectacular. So, in my opinion, she almost has to be a Skywalker. That's the only thing that's going to make sense. But anyway, moving on to Luke. What's going on with Luke? Yeah,
Luke, here's a Force. Run.
run to Dagobah. Yeah, so Luke, what's going on with him? Why has he been hiding on this planet so long? I almost think Luke is almost just ashamed, and he didn't think he could bring himself to killing Kylo Ren, knowing that he's his nephew and he probably cares about him a lot. And but he also knew that he would be able to be used against the entire galaxy. So I think what he did was he hid himself off on this planet, and he probably used an escape pod to get on the planet, so he can't even really leave the planet at all.
In a way, that kind of reminds me about Chewbacca. As a side topic, if you notice in the movie that he was going to shoot Kylo Ren like in the head or something, and then he aims to his leg, maybe he has like sympathy towards Kylo Ren because
I didn't notice that, but that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, like Chewbacca would have had to see Kylo Ren grow up throughout the years, being always Han Solo's right hand man. Well, Chewbacca, but.
Yeah, and you had to bring up Chewbacca. You knew.
I love Chewie.
I love Chewie too. I just didn't, we were trying to keep this podcast shorter, but okay, yes. So Chewbacca, that's an interesting theory. He probably does have a relationship with Kylo that we don't even know about yet. So he would have to. He's Han Solo's son, right? That brings me to Finn. That actually doesn't bring me to Finn. I was just going to find a way to transition into that, but Chewbacca, Finn, but anyway, Finn, what's going on with him? Is he ever going to learn to be a Jedi? They kind of tried to put him on the posters to trick you into thinking he was the main character in Jedi when he's actually not. I also was pretty convinced.
It's kind of like a turn.
Yeah. I was also pretty convinced that he was somehow going to be related to Lando, and that never panned out, at least not yet.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the second black guy in the whole Star Wars series.
Hey, don't you forget about Samuel L. Jackson. Well, okay, Mace Windu lives on in my heart. Okay. But yeah, you know what, it's definitely nice for a change to see that they've made a black character one of the main characters. And because Lando was always kind of a side character, and it's just really, really nice to see that. And even Lando, as a side character, I mean, just think about what he did. He blew up the Death Star. Yeah. You know what I mean? The last Death Star. So that was pretty major. But as for him, I would just really like to see where he's gonna go. There was an interesting article I read online saying that maybe him and the next character I'm going to talk about, which is Poe Dameron, are they going to be the first gay couple? And I just laughed my head off. There's no way they're going there. And it was all just because of stuff that they did in friendship, like when they like touch each other when they're like
their little
passing
bromance.
the X-Bar, like a bromance forming.
Yeah. The jacket looks good on you, bro.
yeah, keep it. It smells like me, doesn't it? Okay. No, I'm not feeding any more to that flame. I don't see it going that way. I think if you think that you're reading into it way too much, obviously he's really into Daisy Ridley's character, Rey. So, but anyway, going into Poe. I really liked Poe. He's very humorous. That being said, we don't really know a lot about him, and he wasn't in the movie for very long. What's up with that? Like, what's the deal with that?
He could be in Rogue One as a younger version.
Well, that is actually very, that's actually very, yeah, I didn't think about that. But I will say this, that if you go back and you watch A New Hope, you do get a lot of the characters. However, you don't really get too much, you know what I mean? Even with Han Solo, I mean, you get more character development with Han Solo and Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and everybody in the next 2 films. So we just got to think about that. I mean, even though I liked Poe, there probably wasn't as much room for him in this movie as, you know what I mean? So. Yeah. But anyway, he's a really cool character. I really do hope that they build up on him more. That brings me to Leia. What's going on with Leia? Why did she never learn to be a Jedi? That's something that just boggles my mind. She's supposed to be as strong as Luke, and even Yoda refers to her as could still have a hope in her to defeat Darth Vader in the original movies. So I don't understand what happened with that.
Maybe it's just like a role part for George Lucas. It's like maybe he just wanted a male dominant character instead of a female dominant character during that time.
Well, yeah, but they kind of made it seem like she was gonna learn with Luke after that. And, you know, also, if my son turned evil and went to the dark side and I had the power to learn the Force, I probably would have done that to go and, like, give him, like, a spanking with the Force.
Yeah.
Snoke. Who is Snoke? Snoke. I said this in another video I had. I think that he's Darth Plagueis. I think he's the original master of Palpatine. I mean, not only that, but that would just be really cool, because I was just thinking, what's worse than Palpatine? And the only thing I could think of is someone who taught Palpatine and created Palpatine. Yeah. I think that could be very interesting. Another one that would make sense is the Inquisitor from the Star Wars Rebels show, which not as psyched about that. You don't make a character that's less powerful than the Emperor, the next main villain. I think that would be dumb on their part to do.
I did read, and I seriously doubt this is even possible, but they did do a side-by-side comparison of Darth Vader and Snoke. They have the same head wounds. It's somewhat identical where they are exactly placed. So people are saying, could it be Darth Vader but under a different name?
Well, I don't think that. If you put the photos side by side with the Inquisitor after he had like an accident that happened on the show, I wasn't watching it that long to see that, but he also looks identical. So no, I don't think it could be Darth Vader, but I mean, that's interesting. A really interesting theory I had was that what if Plagueis created Anakin to do something with him, and before he could, because we all know that Anakin was immaculately conceived somehow, what if he created Anakin for a purpose, and before the purpose could be carried out, whatever the purpose is, Palpatine, you know, killed him, so to say, in his sleep, but because he could create life, he was able to regenerate himself, and by the time he regenerated himself, he couldn't get to Palpatine because the Empire was too strong at that point. So then when Palpatine dies, he swoops in, he takes over, and then, you know, Anakin's dead. Luke's decided to be a Jedi, hardcore. He's already turned the Emperor down, so who's his next candidate? Well, Anakin's grandson. It all makes sense. Probably makes too much sense, you know? They'll probably be like, well, that sounds great, and I wish we would have thought about that, but it's actually just the Inquisitor. But
good try.
We'll see. Yeah, but good try. Any for effort. Alright, well, this video is running a little long, so we're just going to go to one last thing, and that is, what is the next movie going to be about? What's going to be in the next movie? I don't know, man. I can't even scratch the surface on this. There's going to be so much. Obviously, Rey is going to be starting to train. Hopefully, Luke's going to talk in this one.
Oh, yeah. He'd probably just say, and that's it.
Yeah, the whole time he's just, like, staring intently.
Yeah, and maybe he had some gas and just try to hold it in. and didn't want to embrace Rey. I mean, that's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
The Force is strong with this one.
I would be very interested if, you know, Rey starts to grow in the Force, and then Kylo obviously starts to grow in the Force. They don't even see each other in this next movie, and then in the third movie, they finally meet up again, and they're both, you know, because at the first time they fought, they were at like, you know, their novice stage, and now they're at their like master stage, and they fight. That would just be really cool to see. Yeah. I also saw that Benicio del Toro has been confirmed to be in this next movie playing a villain of some sort, so that could be interesting. I don't know who he's going to be in it, but yeah.
Could be.
Well, anyway, who could it be? Who could it be? Don't say Darth Maul, or I'm going to cut you. Don't say Jar Jar Binks, or I'm going to cut you.
Could be related to the Boba Fett. I mean, who knows?
You were going to say Darth Maul.
No, I was going to say.
Yeah, you were.
I was going to say possibly the Boba Fett family.
The Fett family. That sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah. It's the Fett family.
The Fett Show. All right. Well, anyway, so what's your closing thoughts, buddy?
I'm not really disappointed with the whole delay and everything. I'm actually excited, and definitely does make me look forward to the holidays, with Star Wars being in December again. And I mean, there's just a bunch of theories and possibilities that could happen in the next film. But I'm also really excited for Rogue One, how that's going to be unraveled as well, and see if that has any connection towards the next movies. But yeah, I'm just really excited for, you know, a whole lot of Star Wars in the near future.
You know, what's interesting about Rogue One is it's going to be a prequel and a sequel. So it's a sequel prequel.
The best of both worlds.
It's a pre-sequel. It's a sequel. I can't. Anyway. I'm also, I'm not too upset either. Anytime something gets pushed back anymore, I honestly give it the benefit of a doubt that they want to make it the best it can be, and if time constraints make it to where it can't be, then push it back. Absolutely. I'm all for it. Do everything you can to make this next Star Wars movie fantastic. Anyway, guys, I just want to thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Like I always say, you don't have to, but if you did, it would really help us out. I'm going to go ahead and put the Comedic Gamers channel info below. Check him out. He's awesome. Please subscribe to his channel as well if you're already subscribed to mine. And as always, keep those Punisher hats on, and I'll see you later.
Stay epic, gamers.
Say it again without rubbing your hands together. like the Burgermeister. So much for keeping this short.